The heart of LA, Valley Sports West. The heart of the fan. Every superhero has his origin story. For Shohei Ohtani, his MLB journey began in Oakland. 4 years ago, the curtain rose on Showtime. And the most interesting man in baseball gave us a tease of what was to come.
Strikeout number 6 for Shohei Ohtani.
4 years after his debut, the promise that Shohei Ohtani showed in 2018 has been fully realized in 2022.
He has done it! Wow! Way back! We are tied up his second three-run jack of the night.
A two-time All-Star, a unanimous MVP, and countless heroic moments. Because Shohei Ohtani has shown us he is not just a baseball player. He is a superhero.
Showtime at the Oakland Coliseum as Shohei Ohtani and the Angels take on the Oakland A's. Game 2 of 3, and a chance once again for history for Shohei Ohtani as he goes for his 10th win on the mound. We're pumped up. This is Mark Gubas. I'm Patrick O'Neill. Welcome. So, first off, Ohtani on the bump has been a strikeout machine.
Patrick, I mean, he's used all his pitches, and we always call him the creative one, but his stuff is going to that next level. Last 7 starts, 75 strikeouts for Shohei Ohtani. Really good fastball, 101-mile-an-hour fastball, but his slider really has been the difference maker. He's thrown quite a few of them. We know how good that splitter is. He's got over 52% whip percentage with his splitter. So his curveball and cutter. So expect him to get the strikeouts against a young lineup here for Oakland, but 152 strikeouts on the season so far. Career high last year, 154 for Shohei Ohtani with nearly 25 more innings pitched last year as compared to this year, so he's going to pass that by pretty soon. He's been dominant with all his pitches.
The Angels won 1-0 last night. They did not need Shohei Ohtani in the lineup. Perhaps that extra rest will help him get it done here tonight. If he does get it done, we may perhaps have to rename this Shoakland. Angels and the A's coming up. You don't want to miss it. Shohei Ohtani and the Angels getting set to take on the Oakland A's. This game 2 of a 3-game series. Ohtani did not hit last night. He should be rested and ready to go. This is very exciting alongside Mark Gubas. I'm excited to see this one.
Yeah, no, anytime Shohei Ohtani's on the mound and batting in the lineup, it's always a very good day.
Fletcher, Ohtani, Rengifo with the big homer last night. It's Ward, Adele, Walsh, Stassi, Rojas, and making his first start with the Angels is Steven Duggar, and he's in center field, and there will be a lot of room to roam. You see Mike Frostad and Phil Nevin and David Fletcher, who has the highest batting average at the Oakland Coliseum, minimum 100 plate appearances of all time.
Yeah, 41 for 100, batting .410 in this ballpark.
Oh, it's James Caprillion, OC kid, local lad, 3-5, and then 1-0 this year against the Angels.
Yeah, he's throwing the ball exceptionally well since the beginning of July. But you have to have success, and this is my go-tos to have some success against him tonight in the ballpark here up in Oakland. Because you got to connect him for power versus his fastball. 8 home runs versus his fastball this season. And don't chase in secondary counts when he gets to use those secondary pitches. He's very difficult at 205 batting average, 34 strikeouts versus his secondary pitches.
defense behind Caprillion here tonight. On a Gooby Tuesday, Tony Kemp, Sky Bolt, Ramon Laureano, left to right field. And the infield, Vimael Machin, Nick Allen, Jonah Bride, Seth Brown. And behind the dish, catching Caprillion is the always dangerous and good dish. Catching Caprillion is the always dangerous and good catcher, Sean Murphy.
Yeah, Machin over at third base, making his 31st start at third base. He's committed 3 errors his turn, 4 double plays at third base. Right, and you got
Nick
Allen in the infield too, so these guys can cover some ground. And Seth Brown also solid at first base.
Well, it's going to come down to offense, especially with Ohtani having lost his last 3 starts. He has received 1 run of support. That was all the Angels needed last night, winning 1-0 in 2 hours and 14 minutes. That was speedy. Fastest Angel 9-inning game since 2017 versus Boston. That was July 23rd. Fastest Halo road game since September 6, 2016 here at the Coliseum. Fletcher lifts that to left field. And Tony Kemp takes care of business. 1 down. No easy feat to retire Fletcher.
Yeah, he said he just loves hitting there because there's a lot of grass in that outfield. It is a huge outfield.
I heard a chorus of applause and some strange boo here or there. Always an extra gate appearance. That is the case here for Shohei Ohtani's start on the hill. And this appearance at the plate.
Ohtani overall against Oakland in his career, a .282 hitter with 15 home runs. Has struggled, though, against Caprillion in his career. Looking for that first hit, 0 for 10. Helps out now when you're in a 2-0 count.
And 3-0. Caprillion, despite those solid numbers versus Ohtani, cautious.
I got to believe Shohei's swinging here. Provide himself some offense.
You were on the money once again, partner.
Remember, there was a time where he didn't swing a lot at 3-0. I remember that one line drive off the wall in Texas. All of a sudden, you'll see Shohei aggressive. If he feels the pitch in his zone, that was definitely right in his wheelhouse. Although it was 96 from Caprillion.
Another good count for Shohei, the 3-1. And that's a walk. 1-out walk. Ohtani is aboard. So with Luis Rengifo coming up, it is certainly worth taking a look back at what he did last night. 434. That's the longest homer of his young career.
Boy, he is so strong, especially when he's hitting from the right side as far as the power. From the left side, a higher batting average, more contact made for Rengifo, batting left-handed here. He's got a ton of room down the right field line. If he can turn on, especially his secondary pitch from Caprillion, he could be running for a long time.
First inning home runs and 1-0 wins. Albie Pearson, 1965. Albert Pujols in 2015, and Rengifo last night. Anytime we can mention one of the great first stars in Angels history, Albie Pearson, I'm all for it. Only had 4 home runs, and that would officially, not officially, be his last year. He played 2 games, Albie Pearson in 1966, but he was a big star for the Halos when they first broke in. Ohtani at first, 1 down.
That good backdoor curveball. Got a good feel for both his curveball and slider. And pretty good changeup also. Slider usually is the pitch he'll go when he wants to try to get a strikeout. Both Shohei and Caprillion go for that slider for their punch-out pitch.
A courtesy check on Shohei, who has 11 stolen bases. Do you think that he would run less on
Yes.
days that he's pitching.
And if I'm a pitcher, I'm throwing over there as much as possible, to be honest with you.
It's not very nice. 0-2 to Rengifo. And an awkward swing. So Brilliant strikes out Rengifo, his first K. We have 2 down.
Number 3, Taylor Ward.
I think he was looking secondary pitch against Caprillion. Went upstairs with a 4-seam fastball. Committed early. And just trying to punch that one foul. There's no intent to try to even keep that one fair. It's just trying to stay alive and in at bat, but missed it.
Taylor Ward coming in hitting .273, 14 homers, 12 doubles.
And my Hyundai key for the game today for the late great Olivia Newton-John. You're the one that I want. That means you're sitting and wanting a fastball here against Caprillion, whose secondary pitchers are tough. So the one I want, and that would be a fastball.
Well, it's a Gooby Tuesday, and just want to point out myself, Erica West, and the entire crew hopelessly devoted to our Goobas Up. But certainly a big-time sky point to Olivia Newton-John.
Yes.
One took me by surprise. So, sending thoughts to her family. So 1-1.
Yeah, Caprillion since the beginning of July, he's really thrown the ball exceptionally well. 33 1/3 to 7 earned runs allowed. So he's pitched very well, including start against the Angels at the Big A, going 5 1/3 is 1 earning. Got a lot of room on the right side of the infield. Joe Adele waiting on deck.
Half the outfield still in sun. That's in there, 2-2. That is Shane Livensparger calling the balls and strikes. And hopefully he's got a good look at not only what Caprillion throws, but when Shohei breaks out that slider. Look out. I'm sure he's seen much of that in the minor leagues. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Caprillion strikes out Ward. Back-to-back strikeouts. Leadoff walk, stranded. What you often find is many of the milestones have come against Oakland. First career start, April 1st, 2018.
And he had it working that afternoon.
Went six punch-outs, and earned the victory.
Then at home,
oh my!
Just a dominant start at home for Shohei Ohtani. Took a perfect game into the 7th inning. Never got his first major league hit here in this ballpark too, on a single, and then in this ballpark, his 100th career home run. That was back in May 14th of this season. That ball was absolutely crushed the other way and got out quickly for Shohei Ohtani. And now he's on the mound here tonight looking for another milestone.
A 10th win would put him alongside Babe Ruth as the only players with 10 wins in a season, 10+ home runs. But Gooby, there's one little side note we want to add that has never been done.
Yeah,
if he gets the win.
If he gets that 10th win, he'll be the first to have 10 wins, 10+ home runs, and 10 stolen bases all in the same season. And my go-tos for Shohei to have that shot at getting that 10th W here today is split the difference. And that means use that splitter a little bit more today. That's a dominant pitch, and trust fastball more throughout. He hasn't been throwing as many fastballs, a lot more sliders. They've been successful, but use that fastball more with some trust and then finish them off with a split.
He's going to be facing Vimael Machine, Ramon Laureano, Sean Murphy. Then it's Brown, Pinder, Kemp, Bride, Bolt, and Allen.
Remember, he was aggressive, as I recall, in Angel Stadium on the first pitch against Shohei quite a bit.
Yeah, 2 for 2 in his career. And aggressive right off the bat. Nice little easy hop for Rengifo. 1 down, 1 pitch, 1 out. Take that.
Saw that quite a bit last night for Suarez.
With Ramon Laureano coming up, Ohtani. So 4 strikeouts from a new career high. Defense behind Shohei. Joe Adell, Stephen Duggar in his first start as an Angel, Taylor Ward in right. Then it's Jose Rojas at third, David Fletcher, Luis Rengifo, and Jared Walsh at first. And behind the dish, as usual for Ohtani, Max Stassi.
These two have worked really well together as battery mates.
That's
Stephen
nice.
Duggar getting that start, his first start out in center field as a Halo. 154 starts in center field for outfield. It says he can cover some serious ground in the outfield. Fast.
I asked him about how much room there is to roam in center. He said, "You are not kidding." Particularly in the corners for sure, but even in center, that's going to be a line drive. Base hit for Laureano. 1 out, 1 on. And speed on the bases. 10 stolen bases for Laureano.
It's going to be a fun matchup when you talk about speed. Shohei's so quick to the plate. That's a fastball that was down. Gave Laureano a chance to get the barrel and allow him to provide the power. Got it through the hole. It's always disappointing when he gives up a hit early because you almost always feel every time Shohei takes the mound, there's a chance at perfection. Saw it in Houston that one day.
The
Into
fastball.
The 6th inning.
Yep, the fastball's been hit off of Shohei. It's the other off-speed pitches that have been so dynamic and practically unhittable. Sean Murphy, the catcher. And he's been swinging a mean bat. Oh, Laureano dekes and a swing and a miss on that slider.
Remember, that's the pitch he hit out against Shohei. I think sometimes when you hear go, because an infielder will say go when you see a runner at first base start to go, and it kind of speeds up the timing of a hitter, and you're going to more apt to swing at a pitch and look like he did on that one. So he's still no career pickoffs yet. Doesn't really have to have a great pickoff move because he's quick to the plate. He's one of the quickest there is. He's anywhere between 115 to 125, well above average as far as speed to the plate. So difficult to steal against. Just 5 stolen bases in his career in 9 attempts.
Right back to Ohtani, gets past him. Fletcher takes it himself over to first, double play. That's some defense behind Shohei Ohtani. Fletch does it himself.
Mike Trout slowly working his way back from the injured list. He's been out dealing with that rib cage inflammation, but Mike Trout did hit off of a tee yesterday. That was following a few days ago when he started taking those dry swings while the team was in Seattle. Now, interim manager Phil Nevin told me before the game today that they'll just continue to progress as they see fit. Next steps would be taking batting practice, taking live BP, so they'll just continue to ramp up his progression as he continues to feel well. But guys, he says he's feeling pretty good right now.
Erica, we're also seeing Michael Lorenzen on our screen. I saw him grounding himself, running in the outfield. He also was working on some throws. What's the latest on Lorenzen?
Yeah, so he told me that he got in last night to be able to throw a bullpen with the staff here, to have the coaches' eyes on him as well with all the tracking technology, but he said he felt really good, everything looking normal. He said his setback wasn't too significant. He just tried to get back as quickly as he could, just wanted to slow him down a little bit, but he is scheduled to throw another pen in a couple of days, so he's still on track to return early September.
Okay, Erica, thanks very much. We'll catch up with you throughout the game.
Yeah, watching his bullpen session, you know, we're down there looking, and the baseball was coming out of his hand real free and easy, and some life on it. Some good life, good sound in the catcher's mitt. He was looking at the TrackMan results when he was throwing down there. It was impressive to see Mike Lorenzen throw those pitches free and easy like that as you're trying to make a comeback and be ready in September.
Last start for Lorenzen was July 1st. I mean, we are already August 9th. So that would be a long 2 months out for Lorenzen, but great guy. We're pulling for his return. Joe Adell, the 2-1 count to Adell from Caprillion. Check it first. No swing, says Todd Tishner.
It's a time where I think if you're Joe Adell, you're looking one zone, fastball zone now.
That was
oh, was he on that one? Oh, wow. Good swing for Joe Adell.
You call him fastball 3-1. He was ready for it. What does he have to look for here? That nasty
guessing,
slider.
yeah, he's going to deal with some kind of breaking ball.
Well, that's a leadoff walk for Joe Adell. See if the Halos can cash that in. That's 1 run last night. Defensively, they have played very well, pitched very well against Oakland, particularly here at the Coliseum. They're 4-1 here. They've only allowed 6 runs in those 5 games. 7-4 overall on the season. Jared Walsh, though, has struggled mightily in his career for whatever reason against the Oakland A's. Perhaps he could put that to bed here with something big.
I'm always a big believer the best way to get a hitter confident against a club is put a hit and run on. That means you're shortening up your swing. You're looking to make contact. Yeah, you love to see him hit one out of the ballpark, and he still might do that with the guy with Joe on the move. But sometimes just that action play, and you're just shorting up to make contact, is big.
Nice pitch. Change up in there. 0-2. Caprillion ahead of Walsh.
He's allowed 4 stolen bases in 6 attempts, 13 and 15 attempts in his career, 1 pickoff for Caprillion. But you can tell he holds the baseball very, very well. By the way, getting back to Mike Trout, getting better, that's big. That's big.
Really is.
Because when you're comfortable hitting off the tee, so you're going through your full swing, and you adjust the tee to certain levels, and if you're going through when it's down the pitch, up with the pitch, you can go inside out on it, turn on it, hit it back up the middle. There's so many things. I think tee work is some of the best things you can do as far as a hitter. And seeing Trotty doing that and doing that well is good.
Angels return home after the game tomorrow. Earlier game tomorrow, 12:30. Angels live at high noon here on Bally Sports West. Off day Thursday. Minnesota coming in on Friday. I mean, doesn't Trout need to face some live pitching, from some minor leaguers to come up to the Big A?
Possibly, but that might even be just a live batting practice session. For me, Trouty will not need to go on any kind of rehab assignment.
Two-two to Jared Walsh. Adell at first. Swing and a miss. That's a strikeout. That's 3 for Caprillion.
Let's take a look at the arsenal, pitch arsenal for Caprillion. And take a look at our StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. 53% four-seamer, and he rides that upstairs with good action. Slider 23%, curveball 13, changeup 9, and then you got a sinker too. But when you look at those numbers versus his slider and curveball, not a lot of success against them. It's good spin on it. We'll throw that backdoor slider. Same thing with his curveball.
Joe Adell has 3 stolen bases, caught 2 times. One of those was the last homestand. Joe clarified he was aware of the outs, thought he heard contact. That was confirmed.
It's all the learning process for Joe Adell. Reading pitchers, getting good jumps while on the bases, sitting on certain pitches at the plate, getting good jumps in the outfield, and reading baseballs off the bat, whether it's a lefty, righty, all those things. Remember, he's still so young.
Fastest average sprint speed in the American League this season. And Joe Adell nearly 30 feet per second. That is elite. And I asked him, how does that speed of yours translate to stealing bases? He does not have a green light to go. He's got to wait on a sign. He's not there yet.
Yeah, speed, it doesn't really necessarily matter when you're stealing bases. Reading pitchers, guessing and guessing right on the count. Does he throw breaking balls or splitters in these counts? That's when you're able to get those jumps.
Stassi drives that towards center field. Sky Bolt, though, has plenty of room. And there's 2 away here in the second. So this is going to bring up Jose Rojas. You know, when he was called up, Gooby, he was red hot at Salt Lake, 19-game hitting streak. Hasn't translated as of yet. I asked him, any tinkering going on? I said, what do you think the issue is? He said, it's inexplicable. It's a new day. I feel great. And he hopes that today is the day that he is able to break out and show what he could do with the bat.
He's been pitched upstairs a ton. Wow, that almost made our way up the radio booth almost.
Thought it was going to come our way and say, hey, stop talking about it.
And he's been pitched, again, he's been pitched upstairs. And in the past, Jose Rojas has jumped on that high fastball really well. Been a doubles machine in his brief major league career.
He's currently in an 0 for 19.
In this ballpark, especially as it's going to get cooler as the night progresses, down the lines, you have a shot getting it out. Sean Murphy really good behind the plate. Has thrown out 30% of base stealers, but very good as far as blocking pitches, especially when you have a guy on the mound that throws a lot of secondary pitches. He's pretty solid keeping it in front.
You can see when Rojas pulls the trigger, he has got some quick bat speed.
Yeah, most times they'll throw a slider here on this count, but I think he's going to try to go even a little bit higher on a fastball against Jose. See if he can either lay off that pitch or at least allow him to provide the power and use that barrel of the bat on it.
The 1-2. That's popped up, and Caprillion wants it. And look out! Oh, Caprillion makes the catch. Tripped over his own guy and made the catch. You see Vimael Machine come in, Caprillion going back. Gooby, that was scary, but heck of an athletic play.
Not only gets the contact made, a little bit of a bobble, and still caught it. That's an amazing play by Caprillion.
You'll be seeing that for years to come. Strikeout leader since June 22nd. He's the top of the leaderboard with 75. 75 at 7.
Yeah, and a lot of those, and the majority of his strikeouts in general this season have been on non-fastballs for Shohei Ohtani. He's been throwing his slider a lot and get a lot of punch-outs during this incredible stretch as far as strikeouts for Shohei.
0-1 to Seth Brown. Big first baseman for the Oakland A's.
That's a good splitter. Even though it's out of the strike zone, love the action of that pitch for Shohei Ohtani.
Towards right field, Taylor Ward going back, looking up. That's going to play off the wall. Brown digging for second. He's got a hustle, and he's in there.
That was real close. Shohei saw a little disconnect, too. I think he kept the tag on him when the slide, he popped up around the base, and they're going to check it.
It's Mike Estabrook, second base umpire on the play, called him safe. Ooh. Keep that foot. Fletch is like, we got him.
The safe call at second base.
And it was funny because Shohei was seeing it right away. He pointed.
We have a Nissan umpire review. The Angels are in fact challenging.
Real nice play by Taylor Ward.
It was.
Thought there was just enough disconnect. And that's why, as an infielder now, you're taught that hard slide into second base because it was played so well by Taylor Ward.
Taylor did an excellent job. He just turned right off the wall. He knew he wasn't going to catch it on the fly and got it in quick.
So clearly he beats it there. And then there's
right
definitely,
there.
He's definitely out.
Yep.
Because the foot's up there and the back foot has not hit the base yet.
There was a screen. umpire was behind the play.
Call on the field is overturned. The runner's out. Los Angeles retains their challenge.
Crew Chief Todd Tishner. And good job by the Halos on top of that one. And they keep their challenge, and Seth Brown is out.
And credit two people, Taylor Ward,
yes,
off the wall like he did, and Fletch. And it's amazing just watching Shohei Ohtani, how he sees that. He pointed right away in there to look. We saw it from our angle, look right there to have a challenge, but boy, he saw that right on the mound.
Chad Pinder now for the A's, first pitch on a 97-mile-per-hour fastball.
He's pointing right in a challenge. It's a single and 9-6. Outfield assist. Taylor Ward played very well off the wall.
That's 6 outfield assists for Taylor Ward, 5 coming in right field. Shohei ahead of Pinder, 0-2.
That was a pretty sharp slider. Looking for his first punch out of the game. 3 outs via a ground ball, including a double play. And a real good throw and tag. Taylor Ward to David Fletcher gets Seth Brown.
Swing and a miss, and a strikeout for Ohtani, his first of the night.
Wow, that splitter just dropped straight down. Look where this pitch starts and where it ends. Wow. Still Rolling Stones tumbling dice. No spin on that splitter, but straight down. Starts at the belt and almost hits the dirt.
2 down. Tony Kemp, the batter. Luis Rengifo playing in short right, a shift to the right side. Rojas all alone on the left, and that is hit towards center field. Duggar, though, is there covering some ground. So a good defensive play in the outfield, a strikeout, and Duggar making his presence felt. And get tickets for as low as $8 per seat. Call 888-796-HALO or visit angels.com/groups for more details.
Look at all the smiles in the stands. It's an opportunity to see Shohei Ohtani on the mound today. Looking for some history.
Be curious to see the announced attendance. It was about 5,500 last night. I'm guessing a few thousand more tonight. In particular, behind the Angels dugout.
Yeah, a lot of it's over on that side. A lot.
Hey, this is Steven Duggar, and he's making his first start as a Halo, and this is his first plate appearance in an Angels uniform. Really nice guy. You know, Erica Weston had an Angels Live pregame interview with him. I've chatted with him. 3rd team this year. Giants, Rangers, an oblique injury really set him back. 60-day DL, but IL, excuse me, but he's healthy.
We can see the game plan. Brilliant. Fastballs up. Breakables down. Throw an occasional sinker, mostly all 4-seamers.
We bring it up every time we see Caprillion, but essentially a local pitching phenom legend in Southern California at Beckman High School. Incredible numbers, like never seen before type pitching numbers in UCLA.
But you look at both of these pitchers here tonight, prototypical guys with good stuff. Shoulders, strong. Caprillion, Ohtani, allows them to get out in front with their pitches and still have that capability after you release the baseball to be strong enough to get that baseball and do it all over again and continue to do that throughout the game. Strong shoulders, really important for pitchers.
Two very athletic pitchers as well. We've seen that, of course, from Ohtani. That one's driven towards the gap by Duggar. That one's going to get to the wall, and he's got some wheels. See if he's thinking three. Rounding second, he's digging for three.
Man, he is quick.
In there, head first. First hit as an Angel is a triple.
I recall, I think the first hit is an Angel for David Fletcher, who's coming up now with a triple. In Seattle, Duggar, triple here, first at bat. First hit is a halo, and he was thinking triple all the way. Sees where that ball's at. Not even going to waste time to be able to pick up Mike Gallego, because he knows with that speed he's going to get in there. An opportunity right away to score a run. Quick for Duggar.
Beauty of a head first slide, too. Got that uni dirty, and that oblique's feeling just fine. Trying to get some offense for the starting pitcher who is on deck in Ohtani. Here's Fletcher. First pitch, foul ball.
And Fletch says he likes hitting in this field because there's a lot of grass. Now with the infield in there, even more grass to be able to get one of those baseballs to fall in nicely for him. Give the Halos a lead here. Mr. Contact, very good with runners in scoring position in his career. Well over 320.
That's some contact. That's got flair written all over it. It's in there. RBI single for Fletcher.
It's so on cue for Fletch. I just love this field because there's a lot of outfield grass.
Yes.
And it's just right because with the infield's playing back, there's a chance as an infielder you're going to make that play. There's a good shot. Even though it's going to be a tough play, he's got a shot at making that one, but Fletch is making some contact. And yes, he loves hitting this yard. 42 for 102.
Best batting average all time by any player, 100+ plate appearances. And Duggar with the leadoff triple scores his first run as a Halo. That's his 9th career triple. And now here is Shohei Ohtani. He's got a lead. And that's to Brown. Oh, he bobbles it. He's able to get Ohtani at second, but mishandled, and so Fletcher gets into scoring position.
You know, there's going to be an out there one way or the other way. You almost, if you're going to get an out, you prefer it this way, so Shohei can go in that dugout and relax.
With Luis Rengifo coming up and Fletcher at second base, time for tonight's Indeed player resume. That was fun to see last night. Rengifo's Angels rank since the 22nd of June. Batting average first, hits first, and extra base hits first as well.
And that is a long stretch of good at-bats. You go back to June 22nd. By the way, Fletch, before that bat, 328 in his career with runners in scoring position. That'll go up a list a little bit higher. Fletch.
So last night it was Rengifo's leadoff home run, supporting a tremendous outing by Jose Suarez. One of the best we have seen from him. He did have a complete game last year, but he really had two types of changeups working that he credited Matt Wise, pitching coach for the Angels, for helping him get a proper grip. But both of those players grew up together in Venezuela. Rengifo about a year older, but they grew up playing baseball together. Nagua, Venezuela. El Demente.
How great was his pace last night?
So good. His confidence right now, and he said it to Erica and the other reporters, 1,000% confident, which is pretty good.
That's pretty confident,
Yeah.
don't you think? The answer is yes. It's very confident.
But I liked hearing him say that about Matt Wise helping him out. That was good to hear. Rengifo's going to foul that off. It was fantastic pitching. 7 strong by the silky smooth Suarez.
I mean, that's that changeup inside, that fade changeup down and away. Keeps that baseball tucked in, that front shoulder, so you have that deception. When he has that baseball hid behind that back hip, it doesn't give the hitters much of a time to have a good read on the pitches he's throwing.
In that moment when Nevin went out at 6 2/3, and Suarez was handing him the baseball, and Nev's like, no, this is, need you to get Piscotty here. And he smiled, and he bared down, got it done. Fletcher in scoring position, the 1-2. Has hit towards right field, hit pretty well. Laureano has room, and there's a lot of room out there, and tagging up is Fletcher. We'll get to third, 2 down.
Well, there's a lot of oohs and ahs in the stands, as if he might have gotten that at nighttime. Even though the wind, the flags are blowing out a little bit to right, not quite as much of a carry that would be during the day. Hit well, though, by Rengifo. But go back to Jose Suarez earlier today, watching him running the stairs. Got here early to do some running. That arm feeling better, getting legs stronger, running the stairs and then running on the field. I love seeing that. Jose Quijada are both running the stairs here in the stadium.
El Demente and spicy queso. Jose Quijada. I'm adding the queso. I should run it by him, I think.
Or order some up here at the booth.
Taylor Ward. He struck out to end the first. Angels half of the first. Made a nice defensive play. It's an assist to throw out Seth Brown at second base with Fletcher keeping the tag on. Overturned. Angels win the challenge.
It's a big add-on run right here now for Taylor Ward and the Angels here now. The more run support that Shohei Ohtani can get, the more apt you're going to see him challenging hitters with a few more fastballs. Not have to try to be so perfect every time he takes the bump. What a good pitch to hit for Taylor on that one. Now you can almost guarantee he's going to get a slider after a swing like that on a fastball.
Well, the wind swirls here. Those are the flags in right field. Flags in dead center are definitely blowing out to right. Fletcher at third, 2 down, the 1-2. It's driven towards left field. If that's fair, it's got a chance. Just foul. Roped. Frozen rope by Taylor Ward. Didn't miss it by much.
Like just hooking foul.
Careful of your drink. A lot of room in right center. Laureano shaded towards left center.
Working a good bat, not chasing any of those breaking balls. He's had some good swings at his fastball.
Joe Adell waits on deck. Fletcher at third.
Only a couple wild pitches this season, so if a slider in the dirt.
Okay, so that was a nice at-bat. Taylor Ward fell behind in the count, and he works a walk to bring up Joe Adell, and we'll give you a quick word from Hyundai.
It's your journey. Own it in the Hyundai Santa Fe.
So right now, Scott Emerson, pitching coach, is going to have a word with Caprillion. They're going to go over their game plan with Joe Adell coming up. What do you think the conversation is?
Well, a lot of times when a pitching coach comes out after you have 3 walks already, and this is the 3rd inning, he's basically saying, hey, your stuff is really good. It's electric working today. You got to be more aggressive, more confident attacking the strike zone. Now, Joe Adell's thinking after that conversation, it used to be almost automatic the first pitch after a pitching coach came out, fastball. Now it's just the opposite. It's almost automatic, a break-a-ball first pitch.
First and third. It was, and a slider misses.
He's throwing 16 sliders already tonight. There's 54 pitches, only 7 of them been strikes.
1-0.
Yeah, there's still a ton of room on the right side of the infield on the ground. This is the quick conversation with Joe. Just the other day, he kept saying, I got to think in terms, I still got power to hit a ball out, but I want to use my speed, and if I can hit some baseballs on the ground, I'm going to be successful at this level.
His hard hit percentage has gone up this year for Joe Adell in both the 4-seam and the slider. What will Caprillion challenge Adell with here?
Still feel his best pitch is his slider, so more than likely he's going to see that.
Oh, gets rung up on a pitch below the strike zone. Angels get one. Tough call on Adell. Ohtani back to the bump.
Slider of late, last 2 starts, 56%, but the number that really jumps out, strike percentage at 76, whiff at 42%, 13 strikeouts, opponent's batting average of 143. So a lot of sliders thrown, a lot of strikes thrown for a slider, but occasional ones that have caught a little bit more of the plate than Shohei would like.
Well, he's got a run of support. Last 111 sliders thrown. 4th most in a 2-game span in baseball over the last 3 seasons.
Well, he's got 2 sliders in a row to start this. He's keeping up that conversation, but the slider there is 82. He can run that up there, 86, 88. A little different tilt to it.
But the strike percentage with that many thrown, even you must be slightly amazed. Another one is in there.
76% strike percentage of any pitches thrown is incredible.
It is,
let alone a breakable to be able to control a strike zone like that.
It's remarkable, and thanks, Show, to play along 3 straight sliders to start this inning to Jonah Bride.
There's that nasty splitter though.
God, how does he hold off that?
You know, his numbers 125 with 125 batting average, 53 strikeouts against his splitter with a 52.5% whiff percentage against the splitter.
The 2-2 swing and a miss. He got him.
Make that a little bit higher on this swing and miss on the splitter.
That's 2 Ks for Ohtani.
At a 154 on the season.
2 shy of the number he set last year of 156. He did that in 130 1/3 innings pitched. And entering tonight at just 105. Strike percentage up.
Wow. Bottom part of the strike zone not called.
Hear the grunt from Ohtani.
99-mile-an-hour fastball.
Want to know to Sky Bolt. Halos have a shift to the right side. 2-0. Whenever you see that velo up like that, it is a good sign for Ohtani on the fastball. The day off yesterday, it's like the old days when he wouldn't pitch, wouldn't hit the day before he pitched or even after. But this is certainly a different Shohei the last 2 years.
And to go along with all those strikeouts so far this season, 154, it is 24 walks. See if he can fight his way back in this count here.
And 4 straight out of the zone. A 1-out walk to Sky Bolt.
Let's get into a little more in depth of that slider, what he is throwing. Take a look at our StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. As far as those last 2 starts, 13 strikeouts, 4 hits allowed. The common theme of those 4 hits allowed, a lot of the plate on the slider, but in the wheelhouse, especially of right-handed batters, including the one that Sean Murphy hit out. So those 4 have been the middle down with a slider. Even though he's throwing a lot of them, he's got a lot of strikeouts. Go back to since June 22nd, 35 strikeouts with a slider. Dylan Cease at the top with 42. What a season he's had for the White Sox.
Nick Allen attacking the first pitch, fouls it back.
Bolt, good speed at first. 4 stolen bases, hasn't been caught yet. It's in his cutter there. So again, timeout to tie his shoelace.
So it's the creative one with a different arm angle, different pitches that he can throw and throw for strikes, 5 different ones.
Actually, a quick conversation with Fletcher and Rengifo. Basically, they're saying who's covering the bag in case Bolt tries to steal. It's good communication between those 2. That way you have some coverage in the infield with one of them if Bolt is on the move.
Runner goes. Stassi with the throw. Oh, it gets into center field. Bolt was stopping and going to go back, and he's all the way to third, but the throw sails into center. Stolen base, E2.
Boy, he had him too. He was quick on that one. And he had the coverage there, but the ball just sailed on him. And he tried to sell it as if he was going to make the play. Close to being obstructed as far as the throw for Stassi. Looks like the infield's coming in, especially with 2 strikes, and Shohei's so good with runners in scoring position. A 143 batting average. This is where he amps it up to that next level. See if he can get a punch out.
Strikeout is needed here. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, and he got it just like that. 2 down.
For that next level, Shohei goes with a splitter now. 3 strikeouts today, all with his splitter. Straight down. You can always tell when you see that splitter, there's really little rotation and spin in those seams. Why he has TrackMan down there, even when he warms up before games, just to get a read on what's working for him. Headed down here at the ballpark today. We get a better look here, obviously, from this part as compared to most bullpens.
That's the tying run, 90 feet away. And Sky Bolt, V-Mail machine with 2 down. The man is dominant. Runners in scoring position. As a hitter, MLB rank 1st. As a pitcher, .400 OPS, on base plus slugging, also first. How in the world can he do it? Needs to do it one more time. That is an incredible stat.
It's a hitter that sees the ball well against Shohei. 2 for 3. Neon today was hit pretty well.
Shohei probably has all those calculations in his mind about Machine. 3 previous plate appearances. The 2-0, it's in there.
Goes backdoor slider. I mean, it is amazing how he's able to throw a strike every time with a slider, where it's the outside part of the plate, the inside part, upper part of the strike zone, lower part of the strike zone, with a slider.
It falls behind 3-1.
Not a huge difference between left-handed batters and right-handed batters against Shohei. 227 lefties, 204 righties. You would think with Laureano, who did get a hit first at bat, doesn't have to give in here.
Stassi tries to frame, doesn't get the call, he's outside, so first and third with 2 outs brings up Laureano. So 2 walks in this inning, a stolen base and an error. Trying to get out of it unscathed.
Laureano in the notorious first ball hitter. So he's up there hack at first pitch.
Well, was he ever? Late on it, fouls back, 0-1. Bolt at third. Sheen at first. 1-0 Halos. 2 outs, bottom of the third.
Very efficient the first couple of innings for Shohei. Just 14 combined pitches, 20 in this inning. Unusual to see Shohei with 2 walks in an inning. 26 now in the season.
To the cutter, another time, missed. Right back at Ohtani. What quick reflexes, and he got him. Are you kidding?
One
Hope
of the
he's
best
okay.
fielders in the game, period.
See where it got him. Let's just make sure he's okay. A little bit of a grimace. All right, he's going to try to walk that off. We'll take a break. We'll fill you in when we get back. Dugout, he's in obvious pain. He's going to try to see if he can work his way through it. Let's see what happened. Line drive right back off his lower leg.
I can't believe how quickly he reacted, and he made a perfect throw, too. Looked like just above the foot, towards the shin. I mean, that baseball was hit hard right back at him. I mean, really hard.
Shohei was just taking a little bit of an opportunity to try to run down towards that bullpen. Here it is.
Boy, his legs between his foot and his leg lately. I would never count out Shohei going back out to the mound. He's amazing. That baseball was hit 102 miles per hour. And when you put in perspective where he lands and where that baseball hits him, it's a little over 50, probably 52, 53 feet away.
I mean, saves a run by making that play. Well, a lot of room, but Kemp unable to get there. Well, we'll certainly have to wait and see, but judging for how Shohei looks and how he was jogging, he might try to stay in this game.
You see a little bit of a smile on there for Shohei.
Toughness, though, too, right?
Yes.
Next level. 1-2 to Jared Walsh. We're in the top of the fourth.
You almost feel at some point, pull Bo Jackson, play another sport, and that other sport would probably be hockey. The way he is.
With the kick save there?
Yeah. No, just because he's so tough going out there.
Already on the iPad with Ipe. And that just goes to show you ramping it up with runners in scoring position. Taking it to that next level.
I think that's two pretty good swings from Laureano versus Shohei today. 1 for 5 coming into the game with a couple strikeouts. Remember, he swung at a lot of sliders well off the plate. These sliders have been on the plate.
Walsh towards left field. Tony Kemp going back on it, and it's a nice read. 1 down.
That's a good swing, though, for Walsh. Hit that one hard the other way. Good carry. Almost got it to the warning track. We love some extra runs, but you also like a little bit of time in between inning here for Shohei. He had to work hard, had to throw some pitches. Threw 22 pitches that inning. And the ball off his leg.
Stassi fouls that pitch back. This is such an important game in Japan. Tremendous amount of Japanese media here wanting to chronicle the moment that he wins that 10th game, because it's big news back home for Shohei. Watching us right now, he would do something that hasn't been done since 1918 and Babe Ruth.
When you have your name next to Babe Ruth in a category like that, it's very, very impressive. Very, very impressive.
That's hit well out towards right field. That's going to get down in front of Laureano for Max Stassi. That's a 1-out knock.
2 baseballs hit pretty well against Caprillion. Not quite as sharp today as last time out against the Angels. Always difficult back-to-back games, like especially when you pitch well and you win.
You know who's going to like that hit by Stassi? The Stassis.
Yes.
In the stands, including parents and grandparents. They're here. There they are. That's awesome.
By the way, look at Jim as that over the Angel hat on.
Yeah.
Look, he looks exactly like him.
Yeah.
Yes.
Erica Weston's going to work her way over to the Stassis and have a conversation. I believe that's the maternal grandparents.
First game, potentially. I mean, a perfect night to be able to see their son get a hit like that.
Take a little pressure off.
That's a good swing for Rojas.
Jose Rojas, remember that play by Caprillion to end the second, and when Caprillion made his start at the Big A, he wanted every pop-up. He's
going Kelly Leak.
Except it was Amanda pitching. Leak was taking everything in the outfield. She couldn't handle the pop-up. Oh, that's hit well. There you go. Rojas down the right field line for a base hit. That snaps an 0 for 20.
That's the sound you want to hear off the bat for Jose Rojas.
The center fielder, Stephen Duggar.
Boy, that had some great sound. Break a ball, stay down on it, tracked it lower third. And gets it by Stassi and Brown. 104 miles per hour exit velocity on that one on a curveball, generating all that bat speed.
The inexplicable was the word. He couldn't really figure out what was going wrong, and that's gonna get the monkey off the back for Jose Rojas. And here is Steven Duggar, second player franchise history to triple in his first at bat as an Angel. Alex Johnson on a batting title.
Well, he was a really good hitter.
Oh,
wow.
That's really cool to get your name alongside Alex Johnson. Triple, and he was singled in by Fletcher. Previous inning, Shohei was hit by a line drive, made the play. He's in discomfort, and he is clearly hoping to stay in this game. I know in hockey, whenever they get hit by a puck right in the foot, they don't take the skate off, right? They keep it laced up, and you know, any swelling, you keep it contained. And after the game, once you take that boot off. I don't know how that pertains to baseball. The longer half inning, you want to move around. Well, he's got his batting helmet on.
It's almost like he's already cleared that out of his mind already.
Yeah.
He's thinking about his at bat, and then he'll be thinking about what he needs to do on the mound next inning to have a quick, clean inning.
Nobody thought it was possible what Shohei's doing. He proved it in 2018, Rookie of the Year. Tommy John surgery, knee surgery, set him back a couple of years. Strikeout to Duggar, 2 down. Remains first and second. Here comes Fletcher.
Now batting, number 22, David Fletcher.
Coming in the game, he had 23 strikeouts with his fastball, and a lot of them upstairs. He's got a couple of them in this game already on fastballs up. That plays in the hand of Fletch, fastball up. If he tries to do that, won't be easy for Stassi to score if he hits a base hit to right with Laureano out in the outfield.
Very shallow outfield right now. Kemp, Bolt, Laureano playing in. Trying to get it maybe over the head of Kemp. And not going to be able to hit it far enough as Kemp runs it down. So 2 singles in the inning for the Angels, but no runs. It remains 1-0. Ohtani's coming back out to the hill. He made his way out to the mound, and a nice round of applause from all the Angels fans, Ohtani fans, even the A's fans to see him get back out there to toe the rubber. Taking some warm-up pitches here.
And that's not unusual to watch when his delivery. He doesn't really, he's not a full max guy when he's warming up. He's saving those pitches. Looks like he's fine on when he's landing.
Last time he threw a pitch, that pitch to Laureano, the comebacker, 14 minutes ago. Those were just his first pitches since he limped off the field. He's in discomfort, but man, is he tough. And Sean Murphy, followed by Seth Brown and Chad Pinder here in the bottom of the 4th, 1-0 Angels. Ohtani with 3 strikeouts.
It's a cutter upstairs. Remember, that was a slider that Laureano hit. Like we showed in our StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud, some of those baseballs have been hit. Not a lot of them against Shohei, but those hits, there's 4 of them when sliders got a lot of the plate, exact same spot.
That's popped up. Jose Rojas is there. And a quick out. You see Ohtani was still sort of kind of adjusting his foot when he came off the mound after delivering that pitch, but got the first out of the 4th.
That was a splitter, so he's gotten 3 strikeouts and a pop out on a splitter.
Seth Brown with one of the 2 hits for the A's. It's a team that is hitting .204 batting average at home.
He's already warning somebody well in the stands. And Brown's late on a 98-mile-an-hour fastball.
The .204 batting average would be the lowest in the live ball era, Gooby, since 1920. Lowest home batting average. Right now, 4 percentage points ahead of the White Sox. Rengifo comes in and is able to retire Brown for the 2nd out of the 4th.
Nice play by Rengifo. Another out on a splitter. So the creative one is going back to his most dominant pitch. Splitter to get outs. Rengifo had to cover some ground. He was well in that outfield grass. Shohei Ohtani so far today, 5 outs via ground ball. Make that, 5 outs coming in, 39% ground ball rate.
The creative one featuring the splitter up a little more, the cutter up. There's Chad Pinder with 2 down.
That's that nasty splitter again. He's got a feel for that tonight.
Isn't that something? Just one particular night, takes it out of the bullpen to the mound. That's that connection with Stassi that he's got working.
Right back to it again. If it was a little harder. See, I'm still kicking that front foot. It'll get stiffer as the game goes along, too, because it will be cooler out. And that's his landing foot, so he's put a lot of his weight on that front foot. Well, that's a really impressive take. That's another nasty splitter.
When it comes out of the hand, what does that pitch look like to the hitter?
Well, they think fastball.
They think a fastball. The bottom drops out. 2-2. Oh, so close. Ohtani wanted it. Looked like it was off the plate.
Oh, this is a tight zone, that's for sure.
Tony Kemp on deck. 3-2 pitch. Foul back.
Now he drops a curveball in. I think he'd have a real tough time now laying off a splitter. Pinder's always been a solid fastball hitter, and he's got some power.
So close. That's another walk. Heck of an at-bat by Pinder. So 2 down and 1 on.
So far tonight, the splitter for Shohei has really been on. See very little spin, but straight down. Starts in the strike zone, ends up below the zone. It's been working very, very well with 3 strikeouts with his splitter so far tonight. That splitter percentage here tonight. Now look how high it's going up to as compared to what we've seen the slider of late. It's 20%.
One of 3
fastball
pitchers with 20% whip percentage on 5 different pitches.
I still think when you look at 3 pitches with a whiff percentage of 39% or higher, 3 of them, 3 that you go to with 52.5% with a splitter, 44.5 with a slider, curveball 39.3. So 3 pitches. It's amazing.
Those other 2 pitchers with the Yankees, Tyon and Cole. Oh, that's in there. This is a Shane Livensparger behind the plate. I think he's been pretty accurate with this zone, pretty tight. Ohtani certainly hasn't gotten the benefit of the doubt. And that's going to be a hit. There was that shift on Tony Kemp. That beats it. So 2 on, 2 out. Jonah Bride is going to be the batter. So this is extra work in this inning again for Ohtani, especially coming off of the previous inning where he got that line drive off his lower leg.
Ball was just elevated and he could punch it that way. He's not trying to do anything more with it. He's allowing Shohei to provide power with his delivery, and he noticed that whole spot of the infield wide open. He's had a couple hits already against the Angels going that other way. But that 2-out walk, though, for Shohei, unusual for him.
Jonah Bride, one of the 3 strikeouts for Ohtani tonight. Another close game between these two. It's going to be lifted foul, 1-1. 9 of the 11 games so far have been decided by 2 runs or less between the Angels and the A's this season. Tomorrow is going to be career game number 1,000 between the 2 teams. All time. Swing and a miss. Ohtani 4 scoreless.
That next level he goes to with runners in scoring position. Shohei tying season high, career high in strikeouts.
Full coverage cam. 4 strikeouts on the night. That's 156 Ks on the season, which ties the number that Ohtani set last year. That is a career high tying, but to me, in way less innings. 109 innings pitched right now with the 4 scoreless, and he did that number last year in 130.1.
And a combined 1,000 strikeouts now for Shohei between in MLB and over in Japan. So phenomenal numbers for Shohei Ohtani.
1,000 career professional strikeouts for Shohei. And he's leading off, leading 1-0. Top of the 5th. And we talk about the history that could be made with doing something that hasn't been done since Babe Ruth. A lot of attention in Japan because he is tied with Ichiro for 2nd most homers by players born in Japan. 2nd to Matsui. It's coming for Godzilla. Matter of time. This is going to be tough to get Ohtani, even if they get there. That's going to be a base hit for Shohei. So Ohtani is on, and we're going to go to Erica Weston, who is standing by with the family of Ohtani's catcher tonight, Max Stassi.
Thanks, Patrick. Yeah, I'm in the Stassi family cheering section. They pretty much got this whole family, this whole section to themselves. His 2 brothers here, Dad, Jim, Raquel. Your parents here as well. This is a really special outing for you. Why is it so special watching Max here tonight?
It's very, very special. It's actually the first time they've seen him play in a major league ball field, and his first major league game for him.
Pat, I know you were able to get down on the field and say hi to Max before the game. How was that?
Oh, it was exciting, very exciting.
I saw in a picture on your phone. You're saving that one for a while. You can show all your friends when you get back home.
Oh yeah, well it's in been spread around already.
He's the king of social media over here. I've got some competition. Dad Jim, it wasn't hard to find you guys in the stands because as the guys were talking about, you look just like your son Max, so you were pretty easy to find. But I know you coached him down in Yuba City as well. It must be exciting every time you get to come out and watch your son Max. You guys are not too far away.
No, it's a dream come true, actually, to watch, come to a major league game and watch your son play. And we feel very, very blessed that, all of our boys, ended up playing the game, and we were able to watch them throughout all of their careers.
You were telling me that you guys were a little bit nervous to do this interview. Yeah, his niece Sloan here with us as well. But you're an old pro at this because his brother had the same.
Yeah, he made it to the big leagues with Philly, and they opened in Cincinnati, and Andrew Knapp was a catcher from Granite Bay, and his dad was there, who I knew very well, and we were both interviewed with their debuts. But the funny thing is it's not Max's debut. He's one of the veterans on the team, and it's kind of hard to believe that at this point.
You passed with flying colors. We're so glad we got to spend some time with you guys, and that his grandparents got to take it in for the very first time. We appreciate the time and enjoy.
Thank you so much.
All right, Patio.
Oh, Erica, that's great because family is what this game is all about. But right now we want to see what's happening with Shohei.
I think at second base, it felt like Shohei was held up there at the bag.
Okay, so Phil Nevin is coming out to talk to the umpire about it. And, yeah, Ohtani was referencing something like that.
I thought he was going to try to go to third base.
Well, the ball got passed, so Seth Brown decided to go back to first. It's going to be an E3. Probably nothing that can be challenged. We'll have to get a look at it. Again, the scoring is E3. First and second.
It's been a couple times just indecision for Seth Brown to make that throw.
He had a chance to get Ohtani.
There's a little contact made. That would still end up, I think it would end up, I don't know if that's reviewable. It's a judgment type call.
Yeah.
Not enough to would stop Shohei from
Don't think so.
going.
Don't think so. I just thought it was funny pointing back at Nick Allen like that. He did it.
But Allen was at the base there at that point. He was anticipating a throw.
Yeah, I am surprised that unless Seth didn't have a proper grip on the baseball to make that throw, and then an awkward throw to try to get Rengifo. Either way, first and second. But just going back to Erica's conversation, for the grandparents to see Max play in a big league game for the first time in person.
What a thrill. I love that. He's got the whole pictures going with the cell phone and everything. I love it.
That was great. Thank you, Erica. That was awesome. So here's Taylor Ward. Nobody out.
And this is another moment. I mean, you have had 3 innings in a row where you've had 2 base runners on. You had it in the 3rd, you had it in the 4th, and now here in the 5th. You got to add on here. Hasn't been easy for Shohei. Even the first 2 innings, you think, oh, they're 1, 2, 3. There was traffic, and he had a double play ball and a great throw from Taylor Ward from the outfield.
You're right. Every single inning, the Angels have had somebody on.
And that's one of those plays, too, as competitive as Caprillion is, it's tough to refocus because that's an out. It's going to be an out at either second or certainly an out at first base, and you end up with nothing. So, and it's the time if you're Taylor Ward, you've got to be ready to make some serious contact here.
And he was ready to make some serious contact. Tony Kemp going back. And that one's gone! 3-run home run, Taylor Ward. 4-0 Angels, and Ohtani gets some room to work with. What a blast, his 15.
Well, he was ready and willing and able to crush that one. By the way, home run blast. Just saying. 3-run home run, best play in baseball, as the late great Hall of Famer Earl Weaver would say. And Shohei can walk around the bases with that 3-run home run. Taylor Ward, what a swing. And finally, got the splash.
Yeah.
Where's the hat? Where's the cowboy hat?
Just careful of the hair, and drinks on the house at the 2177 Ward Bar down in Orlando. I can hear him from here. He was due. You felt it coming in.
Boy, fastball, this runs on the inner half, and all you can do is hope that somehow, some way, on a cool night, it doesn't travel. Not going to be the case. Taylor Ward goes yard. 15th home run, 41 RBIs.
All career highs. Everything going forward for Taylor Ward. Career highs. Oh, it's great to see. Some run support for Shohei. And that's hit on the line. And a line out. Joe Adell. Machine has it. Here's another look at the homer for Taylor Ward.
Boy, brought his hands in, running fastball inside. 367 sign, no, that's way up. Little handshake from Mike Gallego. Instead of having to wave him home, he just says, come on, take your time.
Sam Selman, lefty, up in the A's bullpen. Joe Adell squared that baseball up, but just hit it right at Machine for the first out of the 5th. Want to know to Jared Walsh. Last time up, hit the ball well. Last 2 seasons for Ohtani, you get 4+ runs of support. His record, 12-1. And in the 3 games that he has lost in a row, he has received 1 run of support. Angels are 4-4 in the month of August, 3-2 on this road trip. They split a 4-game series in Seattle. Took game 1 last night, 1-0. The 1-2. Tomorrow's starter for the Angels is TBD currently. I think that you could, if you wanted to hedge a bet towards Touki Toussaint as somebody that would be available. I mean, if you look at like Berea, he'd be on short rest. 3 days. First things first, win today and see how that bullpen gets used.
How good is that to see a smile from Taylor Ward in that dugout, though, after that swing? Great to see that.
It was against this Oakland team at the Big A, a Tony Kemp drive to the wall where Taylor made the catch, crashed into the wall, had that stinger, lost a lot of strength. Has been slowly but surely regaining that strength. It's popped up center field. Tony Kemp calls for it, makes the play, and we have 2 outs.
It's amazing how a whole inning can turn around. It looks like you have a shot. At the very least, you're going to get a force out at second base. Instead, no out is made, and then boom, Taylor Ward, 3-run home run. So fielding-wise, the A's, 65 errors. Looking now 66 on that play. They were down towards the bottom of 3rd in the American League in fielding percentage. That was a tough one. Not made.
Stassi drives that towards left field and hooking foul.
Well, the Stassi found me doing the Carlton Fisk, wishing that would fare.
Pat was up.
Looking on the phone going, oh, just missed.
And they do have that entire section. Stassi does have a single in front of his family tonight. The 0-1. These are the games you want to win if you're the Angels. A's have the second lowest winning percentage in baseball, first in the American League, second to the Nationals.
Good take by Max. Pretty tough slider by Caprillion on that.
And that's a strikeout. The big blast in the inning with a couple of on, including tonight's starting pitcher, Taylor Ward, going yard, and giving the Angels a 4-0 lead. To the bottom of the fifth we go. Player profile, Shohei Ohtani, and he is a man with the strikeout plan. 10+ Ks, MLB this season, he's got 9. And that leads the way. He's got 4 tonight, but 1 more than Corbin Burns, Carlos Rodon, and Garrett Cole.
One thing in common with all 4 of those pitchers, they have a nasty secondary pitch to get those punch outs. Burns has an incredible slider / cutter that gets a ton of strikeouts.
Bottom of the fifth. Shohei needs to complete this inning to qualify for the W, which would be his 10th, and that would be a historic number, because nobody in over 100 years since 1918 and Babe Ruth has 10 wins and 10 home runs in a season. Tonight's announced attendance 9,351.
So nearly double.
So with a win today, first player since Babe Ruth, 10 wins, 10 homers in a season. And I love the little extra wrinkle you add on, that nobody has accomplished those 2 things and had 10 plus
stolen bases too
ever. So this would be a first.
A couple good sliders, really good downward tilt on 2 of these sliders to Bolt. We try to get him with his splitter, which has been great, or stick with the slider. Oh, the splitter got more of the zone than normal. He's so quick on adjustment. A lot of times when he makes a splitter, he doesn't like the way it came out of his hand, he'll come right back to it. And generally it's going to be pretty devastating.
There's those shoulders. They carry a lot of weight.
He went back to it. He didn't get him to swing at it, though. And his slider and his splitter has been pretty good. That shoelace has been not so good for him today.
He's trying to get an extra look at those shoes.
So between, close to 65% of his pitches today. That's 65% between his splitter and slider. Throwing in a few cutters, a couple curveballs, and some 4-seam fastballs.
This A's team has really struggled on non-fastballs. Went with the slider in the upper part of the zone.
That's been effective.
Yeah.
For a number of pitchers on this staff. But he had a pretty good hack at that one. So he's got 2 options here. That slider down and in, like he threw the second pitch of his sequence, or the splitter.
A's struggle on non-fastballs, and Ohtani is great on non-fastballs. 164 average allowed on non-fastball, 7th best in baseball. And A's 177, worst in baseball. And oh, there's Jared Walsh making a play. Ohtani hustling to the bag, and he's there in time for the out.
Shohei a little bit slower off the mound than normal, but then he has that closing speed to be a very fast runner in Sky Bolt down the line. You could say high 5 or low 5. from Walsh. Really good play. He's got to wait for the feed, and Shohei getting down to that bag quickly. A lot of times you become a spectator, and he just turns on the afterburner, gets that foot down before Bulk gets there.
That's just great closing speed. You are not kidding. Like a flash, bolt down the line. But Ohtani beats him for the first out. There's Nick Allen.
Good slider. Well, Bolt got down the line in 29.3 feet per second. Shohei, what, closing speed was 25? 25.6.
Track everything.
I feel like that slider's getting a little better feel for him.
The splitter's been the strikeout pitch tonight on the 4. The next one will be a career high in a season set last year. Currently tied 156.
All splitters, all sliders in this inning. That's a 92-mile-an-hour splitter. Remember, he got him to swing at a splitter first at bat. Very similar spot.
Swing and a miss. He got him. That's a new career high. It's 5 on the night, 157 on the season for Ohtani. 2 down.
And you notice, Patrick, a little different arm angle to throw his slider here. A little more of a drop down, horizontal break. Get a good view here. This is a great view how Shohei went drop down just enough with that horizontal break. We're going to talk and show a little bit about the vertical break he's had on his splitter today. Congrats to Shohei for a career high now. 157 punch-outs on the season.
Vimael machine. 0 for 1 with a walk.
Shohei Ohtani this year on the mound, tied for 8th in wins in the American League, 4th in strikeouts, 1st in strikeouts as far as non-fastballs, would be in ERA also if he had had enough innings starts so far. It's getting close to that.
He wants that, doesn't he?
And then you go on the offensive side where you're at in the categories in the American League as far as slugging percentage, extra base hits, runs, walks, total bases. It's phenomenal. Home runs, both sides of the plate.
Oh, back-to-back 4-seamers, upper 90s. Rear and back.
Boy, don't you feel he's got a chance to throw a splitter, or does he go to that grunt power fastball?
I want to see the fastball one more time.
Well, that was a grunt splitter, 92. Most of us humans would love to throw a fastball at 92.
Some of us only dream of 80. He's gone 4 2/3, looking to go 5 to qualify for the win. The 2-2. Oh, tries to back up a curveball in there, full count. Shohei does have 3 walks on the night. To nitpick his performance. Hard to nitpick. He's working with a shutout. Oh, that's going to be a line drive, base hit to right. And that's the 3rd hit for Machine off of Ohtani.
And that's that slider once again. It gets a lot of the plate. Those hits he's allowed of late have been sliders, part of the plate, stayed on that swing he has after trying to backdoor curveball, didn't get the call. Was a little bit off the plate. Certainly not getting any borderline pitches called.
Yeah, I don't think he's gotten one borderline call. Laureano 1 for 2.
Might try a curveball.
Oh yeah, that's a strike.
By the way, that was in the strike zone also.
Either one, take your pick. That's a strike. Efficient first 2 innings. Been pressed tonight. Buckled down with runners in scoring position, as he always does.
Good hard cutter. Now we can go that slider against Laureano that he struck him out with twice back in the Big A off the plate.
1-2.
Ooh, more of the plate he wanted that splitter.
The shake-offs.
Well, it's been a battle. He's had to muscle up on a lot of pitches. Hasn't been easy.
Well, there have been some stress innings tonight for Ohtani. He loves to be out there. All eyes on him. 1 on, 2 outs, the 2-2. And that's a ground ball. Fletcher has it and retires. Laureano, he's gone 5, and it's a Gooby Tuesday next.
The delicious Nashville hot.
I might go with a Nashville hot. Try that. Try. Fire. Good stuff right there.
Mike Trout approved.
Good to taste.
I knew you were going to do that.
Good to taste. Nah, it's not hot at all.
All right, yeah, I'm sure.
My kid would love these. Yeah, that's good stuff. Good stuff right there.
Oh, that's awesome.
That was so good. I'm telling you, Patrick, after that, Mike Trout had Chef Hugo sent a bunch of those strips down to the clubhouse for the guys to eat. They loved it that much. It was that good.
How did you handle the spicy?
Yeah, it was really good. Really good. Yeah,
okay.
I had a couple fries to help me out after that. It was excellent. Trouty was loving it.
A tremendous Gooby Tuesday. And the Halos looking for back-to-back W's on Gooby Tuesday behind Shohei Ohtani tonight. A Taylor Ward 3-run home run.
By the way, I know Beckham loved it too, by the way. He loves those strips.
Well, that's what Mike said. He said
Yes.
his kid's going to love them. I was with my kids. I think chicken tenders, that was like the go-to maybe 4 or 5 times a week.
Yeah, that's still my go-to, by the way. I don't mind it.
What'd you make of Ohtani getting through that 5th?
Battle. I mean, Oakland, to their credit, has been pretty patient. I mean, they've worked 3 walks against him, to throw some pitches. But Shohei always makes that pitch when he needs it. So good. So good with runners on.
And Rojas goes down looking. So 1 out. Here in the 6th, you want to join us this Friday as the Angels take on the Twins at 6:30 p.m. First 25,000 fans will receive a clear backpack courtesy of Santa Ana College. For more info, visit angels.com/promotions. And maybe, just maybe, possible, Trouty is back for that game with the backpack.
Maybe put some of those strips in the backpack. Sneak him out of the ballpark.
Well, it's a clear backpack, so you're not going to fool anybody. So here is Stephen Duggar in his first start as an Angel. And he's the second Halo with a triple in his first at-bat with the team, second to Alex Johnson. Bobby Valentine also on the short list of players to triple in their first game, but Duggar was the second to do it in his first at-bat.
Bobby Valentine could fly.
Yes,
when
he could.
Player. Fly when he was a player.
But on the subject of triples, which Duggar had it, the A's have gone 70 consecutive games without a triple, which is the longest streak in American League history and longest by an AL or NL team since 1901.
It's odd, especially in this playing most of your games in this ballpark. This is a doubles and triples yard.
I'm not trying to bury the A's, I just report the facts. But it has been a tough year for this Oakland Athletics team, for sure. Perhaps to be expected with the sell-off. Duggar runs well. Going to try to beat Selman to the bag. Close play and out at first. And Sam Selman, who replaced Caprillion, who went 5, allowed the 4.
The long strides by Selman, just barely gets that foot down a corner of the base where Duggar got down there.
Here's Fletcher, 1 for 3. Alongside Mark Gubaza, Erica West, and Patrick O'Neill, our Bally Sports crew. Thanks so much for being with us. Not only SoCal or wherever your MLB app may take you across the country and the world for Showtime. So many great Angels fans. You just ask where they're tuning in from. You get places New Zealand, Australia, of course, our great fans in England.
Yeah, we do have quite a few. It's great to see that when you have incredible players like the Halos have on this team, who reach every inch of this planet. Shohei to Trouty, phenomenons.
Through the thick and thin.
And he's on deck, by the way.
Yeah. And it's gotten 5 scoreless innings on the hill. Oh, Fletcher towards right field, but Laureano positioned perfectly. Ohtani back to the bump after this.
Josh Rojas, is this 3? There it goes! Josh Rojas with a 3-homer game at Wrigley Field, and it's 9-3 Diamondbacks. He has homered in 3 consecutive at-bats. Josh Rojas.
Just dropped the bat head on an 84-mile-an-hour slider, trying to work its way down and in, but did not get to the spot, and Josh makes him pay. Another no-doubter.
And here comes Cabrera.
Right side, there it is! History finds it! The third Tiger to ever do it!
What a beautiful moment.
Oh, baby, 3,000 hits here at Comerica Park.
Anthony Rizzo batting left-handed.
Come on.
Look at him!
Pretty.
Look at him doing this!
Kitty.
Come on, Jimmy! Oh my goodness! Left-handed Anthony Rendon with the 2-run home run! I mean, you cannot make this up!
Oh, this is one of those oh me, oh my moments.
Kershaw's 0-2 pitch. Clayton Kershaw.
Sports is brought to you by the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get away with a great deal only at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Visit buyhyundai.com or see your SoCal Hyundai dealers today. And by the OC Healthcare Agency. Build your healthiest self at angels.ocnavigator.org. Scotty Samadeshita, Shohei Ohtani, job well done so far here tonight. Still more work to do. Some defensive changes. Luis Rengifo is now at third base. Andrew Velasquez is now at shortstop. And David Fletcher moves over to second base. You got a lead. We've seen Phil Nevin not hesitate to pull the trigger to get the right guys in at the right time.
It's all about winning a game, putting your guys in the best position possible to help this Shohei Ohtani do something special here, and the Angels pick up a W.
Ohtani looking to snap a 3-game losing streak on the hill. He has to face Sean Murphy, Seth Brown, Chad Pinder. Bottom of the 6th. This is the 19th start for Ohtani. He has lowered his ERA right now to 2.70. Just checking with the expert here. That's good, right?
That's really good. At some point, even though it's not a real high pitch count for Shohei, it's been a battle for him. 82 pitches. You know, he's coming off where he got spiked in Seattle and then hit the baseball on the other foot. Phil Nevin, Matt Weiss have that conversation like he's battling. You got to get someone moving.
That's fouled out of play. The count will be 2-2 to Murphy, who was 0 for 2 tonight. That ERA at 2.70 right now, if it qualified, would be good for 6th in the American League behind Nestor Cortez. Baseball would be just outside of the top 10.
Notice he was going slider originally, and then he went an elevated slider.
Oh, that's going to be some soft contact. Ohtani just points to Jared Walsh and says, take that yourself. So we have Velasquez in at short, and last night, Gooby, he made a defensive play that was fantastic.
Yeah, let's take a look at our Frontier play sense. Andrew Velasquez with a ground ball in a 1-0 game. Sean Murphy actually hit that ground ball. Luis Rengifo was at third base. He brings that glove back to communication, and how far he had to go, 22 feet to get to that baseball. How long the throw was, 146 feet off balance, but right on the money to throw for Andrew Velasquez. What a play. He's been outstanding, the best, one of the best in the game as far as defensive runs saved.
And here's going to be a run saved. It's going to be a fly out from Seth Brown, and there's 2 down. I spoke to Squid briefly about that play. I just had to give him some knuckles. I said, that was a great play. I said, did Rengifo, did you say anything, pull the glove back? He said, no, he didn't. Rengifo made that call himself because he has told him, hey, if you got to go too far to your left, I am there. But he said he did not have his index finger on the baseball when he made that throw. Didn't have the proper grip, but still delivered it right on the money. Took a little something off.
Oh, I remember it was a really good pitcher back in the day. Mike Boddicker threw the Fosh pitch, and that was not using that index finger. So he threw a Mike Boddicker Fosh throw over the first base.
What kind of pitch is it?
The Fosh.
The Fosh.
Yeah, so it's basically the other 3 fingers, not the index finger in there. To use it, it's almost like the, you know, back in the Star Wars, not Star Wars, Star Trek. Right there between those 2 fingers, not the normal split finger, but the 2 fingers in the middle, your middle fingers.
That was the famous Spock move,
yes.
Right? Which I somehow could never do. I always tried. I couldn't. It's the only one in grade school that couldn't do it. Vulcan, right?
Yep. Ooh, that's one of those cutters, sliders that's got a little of the plate.
I think Ohtani's feeling fine. He just had to leap up and make a catch. A throw from either Stassi or the umpire. Either way, he seems to be feeling just fine.
Shook off. Fastball away. Might want to drop the curveball on him.
Good call on the curveball. Misses 3-2.
Fitness worked hard against Shohei today. To strike out the first at bat, second at bat walked after I think he was behind 0-2.
That's off the end of the bat. Going back on it is Velasquez. Over the shoulder coming in, making the catch, Joe Adell. What a play.
Love to see that. All the hard work the last 2 days. Joe Adell was working on fly balls hit off the live swing by coaches earlier. It makes a sliding catch. Nice play by Joe Adell.
Way to go, Joe. Ohtani accomplishes as a hitter, he prevents as a pitcher. So hits as a hitter, he has more than he has allowed. Extra base hits, he has more than he has allowed. And the same thing with the earned runs. It's remarkable. It's never been done, ever.
And that's why, as a baseball fan, as a casual baseball fan, you got to sit back and go, this is unbelievable. Just don't get used to it because it's never been done before. Just sit back in amazement.
Yeah, don't take it for granted because you've seen it and, you know, other people are doing other things. This is incredible. Ohtani to right field. I think he did. He has passed Ichiro for the second most home runs by a Japanese-born player, 118 of his career, and he now has the team lead with 25. He's the starting pitcher. It's 5-0 Halos.
Sugoi Shohei on cue. Just as we're talking about him, he is the unicorn. He is not human. He's not. Amazing. Look at that reaction. This is a visiting club here, and the reaction in the stands, a standing O in the dugout and the stands.
Itarashai baseball. See ya. There's the list. Moves past Hall of Famer Ichiro, 118, 25 on the season. One more than Mike. Homered in the game that he's starting. He's gone 6 scoreless innings on the bump. Come on. He's been on base also every single time. He's got a single, a walk, and a homer.
That's only his second home run he's actually hit this year when he's been on the mound.
Yeah, it's
batting average has been pretty good, higher than his normal season batting average, but slugging down, home run down. Wow.
Off the bat, 108-4, 378. He does some damage against the Oakland A's. That's his 6th homer this year against Oakland. It's worth seeing again and again and again.
Stayed on top of that breaking ball from Selman. Former Angel Shohei catching out in front. That's a great view. That side view, you can see where he catches that baseball. He's unreal. He's absolutely unreal.
And Renifo to center field. Bolt has it. When he was rounding first base, I don't know if you can see it, Sean Murphy was just staring at him as he was rounding the bag like, dude.
Yeah.
It's not just us. This man transforms this game. Across all sports.
Yeah, so many other, whether it's athletes in other sports, entertainers, everyone is just in awe of Shohei Ohtani. As we are every day we watch him. Even his warm-up routine before the game, and then he walks towards the mound and then everyone is up cheering. Is his first pitch he throws on the mound. It's probably about 60%. What you're going to see during the game.
He's an absolute total perfectionist at his craft. Both sides of the ball. Two-way superstar. Taylor Ward, who has a 3-run home run.
That was a huge 3-run home run.
Yes.
Enabled Shohei to have a little bit of a breather on the mound. Every game has been so tight.
Has hardly had it. Ward lifts that towards left field. That is playable for Tony Kemp. And he has it. So 2 down here in the 7th, and we'll give you a quick word from Kia.
Presenting Kia's lineup of exceptionally capable all-wheel drive SUVs.
So 2 down here in the 7th. We have ourselves a pitching change. Tapia is coming in, and we'll be right back.
Coming into pitch to the Athletics, number 50.
That pitch is out over the plate and hit to deep center field.
Same thing with the earned runs. It's from because you see right field things. This is in doing other things. This is incredible. Ohtani to right. People are doing other things. This is incredible. Ohtani to right field. I think he did. He has passed Ichiro for the 2nd most home runs by a Japanese-born player, 118 of his career, and he now has the team lead with 25. He's the starting pitcher. It's 5-0 Halos.
Sugoi Shohei on cue. Just as we're talking about him, he is the unicorn. He is not human. He's not. Amazing. Look at that reaction. This is a visiting club here, and the reaction in the stands, a standing O in the dugout and the stands.
Itarashai baseball. See ya. There's the list. Moves past.
Congratulations, Dusty Baker.
High fly to deep right.
Alluded to it just a moment ago. Chick and I have gone to where we have gone on the wings of outstanding players and world championships. It's very hard to get where Bob has gotten without being with a championship ball club. Not to put any pressure or to knock the Kings, but actually we're saluting you. You have really done it the hard way, because there is nothing more difficult than broadcasting a bad team.
How about that? And Bob eventually got there. Reminder, by the way, tonight after Angels Live Post, don't miss that special 1-hour show as we re-air a roundtable discussion from 22 years ago with those 3 legends in Southern California, the absolute goats in broadcasting, Vin Scully, Chick Hearn, Bob Miller. It's Sports Roundtable Broadcast Legends. Again, that's following our post-game Angels Live tonight. That was hosted by, you heard
our
his voice on that, Bill McDonald.
Yes.
Billy Mack.
Billy Mack.
That was a great show.
By the way, Billy Mack's always checking in and watching the games. Our games here.
He's keeping us on our toes, is he?
Yes, always.
Domingo Tapia comes in for Sam Selman, who gave up that homer to Ohtani to make it 5-0. We have 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Joe Adell, who made a really nice defensive play. You know, ended the inning, so we went to break quick, but just wanted to say, and he, you know, sometimes we focus on the plays that he might not make as a young player in the big leagues. That was a nice play coming in.
And I go back to back-to-back days early today. Be on the field here watching it. Even Mayshores It's hitting fly balls his way. It's a simulated, it's a soft toss. He's actually hitting like you would like that.
That's good hitting right there. He might be thinking, too, that's going to get to the wall. You bet he is. Stand up, 2-out double for Joe Adell.
So a nice play defensively, and then a rocket double. 8th double of the season, then pitched down and got it, hooked it. But going back to his working on his defense, I mean, different reads off the bat. Some were deeper. You can't really tell. A lot of times when a coach is hitting that fungo, it's going to be the same type of swing. This is live hitting. Like this would be a 98-mile-an-hour fastball, by the way. He turns on it. And that's the kind of swings he was getting from the coaching staff, reading that, whether he's got to go in the corner to make that play or try to catch it in the air. Working hard to get better. Yeah, and better on the swing on that one.
Wow, yeah, turning on that 98. That's special skill. There's Jared Walsh. On the play he made defensively, you know, I had my eye on Velasquez. I didn't think Joe was going to get there. He appeared, slided in, made it look nice with some flair. Starting pitching has been so good for this Angels team of late. 7 from Suarez last night. And you've got 6 already scoreless from Shohei. Those two friends since they were 4 and 5 years old in Nagua, Venezuela. Rengifo and Suarez. Magneuris Sierra in the middle. Also a guy that can absolutely fly and field with the best of them. And so Jared Walsh strikes out. What we have seen here tonight is making history. Shohei Ohtani on the bump, scoreless innings, no problem. And then at the dish, Gooby, he could go yard.
Yeah, it's amazing. Just in awe of what Shohei is doing.
Night was done after 6 scoreless, except Shohei. He's got his glove. He's going out to the mound, and Phil Nevin says, "I'm sorry, but you're leading 5-0, 6 scoreless. You're good." That's how much he wants to get out there. He wanted to be in the game. And let's go to our Arco top tier play, Gooby. It's incredible.
Yeah, I mean, that baseball off his leg, that front leg, foot area and shin area. I mean, that got him. That was about 104-mile-an-hour exit velocity, but then locks it back in with runners on base. Had that wicked slider going, his best splitter in a long time. But then at the plate, after only getting a single and a walk, he crushes a home run out to right field, becoming the 2nd all-time home run leader. Japanese-born player passing his idol Ichiro with now 118 career home runs. So I know that's a long conversation going on with Ippei, Phil Nevin, and Shohei Ohtani.
Can you understand why he wanted to go back out there?
Well, you always know he wants to go back out there, but as a manager, sometimes you got to make those decisions. Like, you know what? I have to take that out of the equation. I know he's a warrior. I know he wants to go out there and compete, but you also been hit. You got stepped on this the other day. You got to take that out of the equation. As much as we all want him to go CG, get a shutout maybe, it's been a battle. It's been a real battle for him today. So I think that's the right decision.
Yeah, I would agree. The Sierra you see in center field. So Duggar also goes from center to left. And that means Joe Adell comes out of the game, and Jimmy Herget is the new pitcher. As much as we'd all want to see, I agree, him maybe get his first complete game shutout. Mark Kotze having a conversation with home plate umpire Shane Livensbarger. Not sure what he's upset about.
Well, part of it is because
a little extra time.
Yeah, and you know, did Phil Nevin go over to him and say, listen, maybe it's an injury thing, that's why he's not staying in the game. That gives the pitcher a little bit more time, because he just had started warming up in the bullpen.
Right, it was a late warm-up for Herget. Tony Kemp now, bottom of the 7th, 5-0 Angels. Well, gets that call. Ohtani didn't get that pitch. So Slim Jim out there in relief. And that's play made by David Fletcher. One down, going to his left, laying out, and the stab and the grab.
So good to have Fletch back in there. Always has a good time, always a smile on his face, always clutch with runners at scoring position, but a tremendous defender where he's at second, short. He's a Gold Glove finalist at third. He can do it all, Fletch. And he said he loves that outfield grass here, so he even had to dive in it. And he's a very good, he tells a lot of really good jokes, for what we understand.
That's sarcasm, isn't it, Gooby? And Jonah Bride now with one down. And that was one of those defensive replacements where Fletcher went from short to second. Velasquez coming in at short. Rengifo at third. Sierra at center. Duggar in left. Anything to win this game.
It's a good little sinker, brings it back for Jimmy.
And towards left field, Duggar, who just moved over, is able to make the play. Not easy, but in the end, it's an out.
And he's got a smile on his face. He goes, wait a minute, I was in center just a few seconds ago, wasn't I? Let's go back to Shohei Ohtani. What a performance on the mound today. Now it's time for our Frontier Play Test. That splitter today, how much it dropped early in the game. We talked about that need for the splitter today. 36-inch vertical break. Average is just under 32 as far as the vertical break. But where this starts and where it ends is phenomenal. 36-inch vertical drop. That is unbelievable for Shohei. Splitter, much better today.
So Ohtani's line, there he is. Still got the game face on because he's still in the game as a hitter. The Ohtani rule. 6 innings, 4 hits, 5 strikeouts, 3 walks, no earned runs. ERA now at 2.68. Entered the game at 2.83. In line for his 10th win, which would be a historic win. Hasn't been done since Babe Ruth in 1918. 10 wins, 10 homers. Stassi lets that go foul. Smart.
Yeah, with that speed of Bolt going down the line, you have no play on that one. Little spin on that baseball. Stassi recognized that, let it go foul.
And we saw the speed from Bolt when Ohtani beat him to the bag back in the 5th. You know, to your point, you're right. He was cleated or spiked against Seattle. When he was backing up, when he was going to help move the bat away, he was due up. Marco Gonzalez was backing up and stepped on Ohtani. Stayed in the game. Yeah, strikeout. That's going to end the 7th.
That's that wicked slider.
And that
Jimmy's smiling on that one.
Jimmy likes it.
He hit him and still gets a strikeout.
And we got a runner on, guys. Thanks very much. And another one for Max Stassi in front of family, and friends.
And so, look, I can still run quick, too. I could get an infield hit.
Yeah, we look forward to Angels Live post-game. I know you guys will have a lot to break down, and usually after Ohtani pitches, he will speak to the media, and that will give us an opportunity to bring you that interview. Erica Weston will have all the sound for you. So Andrew Velasquez with his first AB tonight. Angels looking for 4 straight wins here at the Coliseum. They won the last 2. They were here for that 4-game set, one last night.
It's been a tough place over the years, this ballpark.
Oh, that's driven towards the right field corner. Velasquez gets it down and to the wall. Stassi is going to be held up by Gallego at third, so that is a double for Andrew Velasquez. So that's an infielder of the present squid, but how about one potentially of the future? And Zach Neto, who was the first-round pick by the Halos, just got promoted from Tri-City to Double-A, Rocket City Trash Pandas. So that's an awesome advancement for the young man.
Yeah, I mean, he's super talented. He's already there as far as the offensive side. Solid defender, too. By the way, there's some incredible talent in Rocket City. Incredible talent.
Well, you know, the straight trade for, Brandon Marsh, Logan O'Hoppe is now the #1 prospect in the Angels organization at Double-A, and he's doing some things tonight.
He went yard, a couple times
2
tonight.
homers for O'Hoppe. And we'll get a chance. We'll show you that. And when you talk about the future, we see Stassi at third right now. He can do a great job helping to groom Logan O'Hoppe whenever that day comes. Perhaps maybe O'Hoppe will get a little glimpse of what it's like in the show in September. You never know. Only 2 call-ups are allowed now, which is good and bad. But so Logan O'Hoppe, tell me what you see from this young man.
Well, look how quick his hands are. He's able to turn on that pitch in the lower half, lines it out to left field. 2 home runs in the game, 3 home runs in 4 games. And that's the left center. That's a long, long way out there, too. So this is a lot of talent. If Sam Bachman there, you have Kai Bush, Ben Joyce, he clocked at 105 miles per hour at University of Tennessee. Chase Silseth, we know that. And so Jeremiah Jackson.
Soto
Jordan
was there.
Adams, yes.
He just had 100 hits on the season. Levon Soto.
Sonny DiChiaro there, too.
Yes.
I mean, there is some talent in that. That's why they're so good playing such great baseball. But
Sonny D.
I'm a huge believer. There's Double-A is a lot of your best talent.
Right.
And you can make that jump. Trust me, you can make that jump from Double-A straight to the major leagues.
You would know. Torrey Hunter Jr., I think, went yard also tonight.
That's a fun team to watch. Love their little Twitter handle, too,
They
by
are
the way.
very funny.
Yes, they're good.
Their Twitter handle says, yes, this is our real name, Trash Pandas. They're an excellent follow. Duggar, nicknamed Dougie. Can he do the Dougie? That might be a question. We'll have to ask him tomorrow, perhaps, after a win. Nice piece of hitting by Velasquez. Second and third, nobody out. The 1-2.
That's a pretty good pitch. Upper part of the strike zone. Trying to get those add-on runs. Regardless of what this team is doing offensively this year, Oakland in this ballpark is always battled. So you want to keep adding on and distance yourself from them.
If you're just joining us, where you been? Ohtani, 6 scoreless on the hill. His 25th home run of the season. Also passing Ichiro for second most by a Japanese-born player. Stephen Duggar got it started back in the third. His first at bat as an Angel, a triple. Scored on a Fletcher single.
Some solid defensive plays too. Fletcher, Adele, Shohei Ohtani, a line drive off his leg and still made the play at first base.
Jared Walsh made a nice play on a tough hop to get it over to Ohtani. Duggar in left. And the bases are now loaded for Fletcher. And that's Phil Gosselin, who would hit for Shohei Ohtani. I'm not reading anything into that.
No.
Whatsoever.
But if you're Phil Gosselin down the road, when you're the grandkids somewhere down the road, you go, hey, listen, I got the pinch hit for the modern day version of Babe Ruth.
Or he's going to just try to tell his kids about his, or grandkids about his career, and they're going to want to know more about Shohei Ohtani's stories. That's lifted towards right field and shallow.
Not with that arm.
Wouldn't dare. Mariano, an absolute cannon in that right arm. One away.
So 4 fly ball outs today along with that big RBI single for Fletch.
The boos are raining down as they announce Phil Gosselin hitting for Shohei. Just going to let that one breathe there. Wait. Boos?
Could be. Well, Gosselin, that's the first time I've been booed like this on the road. I kind of like that. You kind of feed off that as a player, getting booed on the road.
Good arm by Tapia. Series finale coming at you tomorrow, high noon. Coverage starts. Oh, a play at the plate is made. Oh, excellent play by Nick Allen, going to his right, throwing off balance and forcing out Stassi at the plate.
That ball was hit hard, too, by Gosselin. What a play that was. Off balance throw. On the force play, all you got to try to do is keep that foot on the plate, and that's what Sean Murphy did. That's it. With the infield in, that's a 99-mile-an-hour exit velocity. So infield back a little bit easier play, but the infield in, that's an impressive play by Allen at short.
Presence of mind to go home with it right away. Good play by the rookie. Murphy handled it easily. Here's Rengifo. Bases remain full. I think he had something in mind there.
There's a big runs out there to add on here. It is late in the game, but you still want to get some add-on runs, some insurance.
And that one's hit well, but sharply. And the play is made at second base. That'll end the top of the 8th, bottom half coming up. The Twins, 6 p.m. First 25,000 fans will receive a very fashionable, stylish Ohtani hat presented by Yakult Probiotic Drink. For more info, visit angels.com/promotions. So let's see, I got the clear backpack Friday night, and I'm sporting the hat on Saturday, and I show up on Sunday. I got myself some gifts from my man Gooby.
What is that?
for Sunday. Sunday fun day, big day for Gooby. Send your cards and letters.
No.
That has a chance to get down. And it does. Nick Allen with a leadoff single. 1 out knock here in the bottom of the 8th. How about some more history for Shohei Ohtani? Well, first AL pitcher, 6 scoreless innings and a home run in the same game since Dave McNally in 1972. This date, 50
years ago. That's incredible.
That is insane.
Part of that great staff in Baltimore.
On the same day, first guy to do it in 50 years. It sounded my mind blowing. Very cool. That was a surprise to us, or me. I suppose nothing should really surprise us about the unicorn, the merman. No, nothing.
Good changeup for Herget. Missed opportunity to add on there.
Yeah, sure was.
Now leadoff hit, top of the order up. Look at that bullpen moving there. Quijada looks like warming up now in the bullpen for the Halos.
Angels with bases loaded in the top half of the 8th, nobody out, and unable to cash anything in. Quijada. Meanwhile, Herget working with 1 on and nobody out, and a 3-1 count.
Cannot give those gift runners here now at this point of the game. Herget very good as far as getting ground balls. See if you get a ground ball, center one at an infielder.
Yep, that's in there. Herget worked a 1-2-3 7th, striking out Bolt. And he hit him with the pitch, but ruled that he swung at the pitch. Jimmy smiled. But he loses him. First and second. Nobody out. And that brings up Ramon Laureano. Team can lose momentum when they don't score any runs like that.
An easy guy to double up, and Laureano, he runs well.
Sharp curveball in there for a strike.
Pretty good pitch inside. Laureano has rolled into 6 double plays. He doesn't give up on pitches inside. He's been hit 8 times. He didn't even flinch on that pitch inside. That's a good running action. That's off the plate. Got him swinging a sink fastball.
Jimmy Herget working his way back. Missed a couple of months with injury. Big spot here. 2 on, nobody out, and a 1-2 count to Laureano. Popped up.
The infield fly. Jimmy
plays it. Jimmy's making the play now. Love it.
Still don't understand why pitchers don't make that play more often. Everyone's smiling around there. Jimmy Harrigan saying, you know what? Yeah, let me make that play. Come on. Fine. I got it.
It's hit right to him.
Caprillion made the play earlier today when there was
that was
a collision.
Highlight reel play, by the way. So here's Sean Murphy. He's 0 for 3. Just late on that, was looking to go yard. He's got 13 homers.
Always up there hacking. First pitch.
Third inning, the A's got Sky Bolda as far as third with 1 out. That's when Ohtani locked it down. Got a strikeout. And then the first and third were 2 outs. That was that line drive right off his foot, lower leg area. He made a great defensive play on, hobbled off the field, and still managed to go 6 and homer.
Got around that frisbee slider there. Backed up on him. This play by Max Stassi. Those runners at first and second, so you keep a double play in order.
One-two to Murphy. Oh, a nice slow curveball. Got him.
That's the thing that's unique with Jimmy Herget, the way he throws from different angles, changes speed on his breaking ball, well out in front. Murphy. It's almost as if it stopped when it got towards the plate for a big strikeout.
Phil Nevin heading out to the mound. He's going to take the baseball. 1 2/3 from Jimmy. Pitching change. Still 5-0 Halos. Quijada coming on. Another big home run tonight. Soto.
Yeah, first home run as a Padre. The Padres finally scoring some runs. They lead San Francisco 4-1 in the 9th.
19th homer for Juan Soto. First as a Padre. Here's Elvis Andrus. Pinch hitting for Seth Brown with 2 on and 2 out. Here's Jose Quijada. Changeup, first pitch in there for a strike.
And you know, everything they've heard and seen from Quijada out of the bullpen, it's always a high fastball. He dropped an off-speed pitch, first one.
Active leader in hits against the Angels, Elvis Andrus. Top 10 all time versus the Angels.
Not quite that 97, 92. When he's on that, he hits the ball well. Especially now, you got to be careful elevating away against Andrus with 2 strikes. He's looking to punch that ball that way. So if you're Taylor Ward or Sierra, Reese Sierra out in right center, shading that way. Baseball is going to be hit that way more than likely against Andrews.
I guess the question is, he's coming into the game. He doesn't have that mid-90s velo. But he gets the swing and the miss. 94 on the four-seamer. Spicy queso. 5-0 Halos.
Hey, you're the one that I want. That's the one that Shohei wanted. A breaking ball out over the plate. Lines a home run out, his 25th of the season. Passing Ichiro for second all-time as far as Japanese-born players on the home run list. Sony Matsui with more with 175. Wow, Shohei with that swing. Single, walk, home run, 6 shutout innings.
One word really comes to mind on a performance like that: physical.
Let's get.
Homer, 6 scoreless. It's a tremendous outing. Here's Taylor Ward.
And remember, he got hit with that shot by Laureano fairly early in the game. It was back in the 3rd inning to finish off the 3rd for Shohei. Everyone's thinking, well, why did he come out of the game? Why did he not continue to swing the bat? That baseball hit him hard. He fought his way through, managed to still put up 6 shutout innings.
Oh, the late call. But a strike, 2-2. Full count.
You can see that fastball at the top he has. He'll throw that one right over the top with some movement. Slings it in there, upper 90s. Go back to one of the big at-bats in this entire game, and that was right here. Taylor Ward, 3-run home run. 5th.
And he gets a walk. That'll help that on-base percentage here tonight. 2nd walk of the game to go with that 3-run homer.
The whole inning changed around. Was a ground ball by Rengifo. Seth Brown caught in between making the throw to second or throwing it back. Caprillion covering the bag. Didn't get an out. Taylor Ward made it pay.
Here's Magnu Reese Sierra. First AB tonight.
It's a pretty good swing for first at bat of the night. 97 was on that.
Nobody up for the Angels, so it looks like Quijada will pitch the bottom of the ninth. That's lifted towards left field, playable. One down here in the ninth. The MLB Ballpark app will complete your next visit to the Big A. Buy and manage game tickets, unlock offers, access exclusive content, and much more. Download the MLB Ballpark app today. Here's Jared Walsh. 0 for 4. And a couple of Ks. For whatever reason, the A's have his number. Towards left field, Tony Kemp going back, hit pretty well. He's got some carry to it, back to the wall. Kemp leaps up and makes the catch. Just that type of game for Walsh. He scored up a couple of baseballs here tonight, nothing to show for.
That's good to hit the ball that far the other way on a cool night. Great sound off the bat. That being said, when you're struggling to get some hits, some power, you want those to fall in. You'll take a flare. You'll take a couple flares fall in. Yes, you love the fact that you hit the ball hard, but you want some results. Get that, just that feeling back in there of positivity.
Max Stassi in front of his grandparents watching him play. His paternal grandparents for the first time in the big leagues in person tonight. Erica had the great interview with the Stassi family. Looking ahead to the next time we might see Ohtani on the hill as a pitcher. You have Minnesota for a weekend series. I would expect be Monday, Seattle. It'll be a fun one. Popped up. Allen, he has it. And top of the ninth in the books. 3 outs to get for the Angels. Zero runs, 5 hits, 1 error for the Oakland A's. Angels going for back-to-back road shutouts here at the Oakland Coliseum. Take my word for it, not easy to do. Jose Quijada is looking to accomplish that for his team. Chad Pinder 0 for 2.
An all-important first out. Don't let him get any life or any momentum going.
Okay, all right.
Yes, you deserve it. Yes. One hand. That deserves a wow.
Sugoi. Two and one to Chad Pinder. 5-0 Halos here in the ninth. Lifted to center field, hit well. Going back on that is Sierra to the wall. He leaps and that's gone. And that breaks the shutout. A's on the board. And for Pinder, his 10th on the season.
And that is a long way in a cool night like this to dead center field. I told you you can hit a fastball really, really well. Tried to time that leap and just too far to make the play.
Steven Piscotty's pinch hitting for Tony Kemp. A's on the board. Only once before had they blanked the Athletics in back-to-back games here at the Oakland Coliseum. That was 1975. Before I throw out the little note, Ed Figueroa and Dick Lane accomplished that in 1975. Angels won't match that. Now they just need to get this W and set up a possibility of a sweep tomorrow. Paul Blackburn for the A's, TBD. Possibly Touki Toussaint for the Angels. No swing.
Almost got him to chase that fastball, running fastball off the inside part of the plate. Muscled up on changeup.
Quijada has been known to be one of those type of pitchers that feeds off of the energy of the crowd, off the moment, some adrenaline, some intensity to get that four-seamer in the mid to upper 90s fastballs.
He can get up there to 97 on occasion, 96, 97. We showed earlier the A's not real good on non-fastballs, but they're still pretty solid against fastballs. Quijada throws a lot of fastballs.
There's a strikeout.
One of those non-fastballs.
Good call. Piscotty down, one away.
Number 77, Jonah Bride.
Let's just see him get something off speed for a K.
That was a real good changeup. Had that downward action to it. Circle changeup.
This entire season, that's only the second time he's gotten a strikeout on a non-fastball. Jonah Bride.
With one back with another changeup.
Started the game off with a changeup. There's a ground ball. Brent Hefo has it on a couple of hops, throws across. Angels have one out to get. One out to put Shohei Ohtani's name in the history books. Expect to hear from Shohei, hopefully in our Angels Live post-game show. And clearly he will be asked about the accomplishment of reaching 10 wins for the first time in his career. He was 9-2 last year, joining Babe Ruth as the only players with 10 wins and 10 stolen base, and 10 homers. He also will be the only guy ever to add the stolen bases to it. And I'm sure he only cares about the win and maybe how he can find a way to improve some aspect of his performance. Two and 0 to Sky Bolt. Over 2 with a walk. I think the Shohei that we see on television is not necessarily the Shohei that's the teammate behind closed doors. He's known as being a jokester, funny, big laugh. All in all, a great teammate. Three and one.
The exact same pitch. Trust your defense.
Foul ball. Not by much. And Bolt's probably going to need a new piece of lumber. Six scoreless from Ohtani, 1 2/3 from Herget. Looking to get 1 1/3 and a victory for the Angels if Quijada can finish this off. And he looks to do just that. Popped up, Fletcher going back. He has it and light it up. Angels victorious 5-1. They've taken the first 2, and Shohei Ohtani has done it. He's reached 10 wins for the first time in his career.
Yeah, amazing. Now, this is the second player since 1918 with 10+ wins and 10+ home runs in the same season. The other would be Babe Ruth. The Angels pull this one out, win the second game of the series. Ohtani, same conversation as Babe Ruth, first player since Babe, 1918, 10 wins, 10 home runs in a season. Now, etched together, always that conversation over the years. And our Toyota player of the game, Shohei Ohtani, on the mound daily. Went 6 shutout, even after getting hit with a line drive off that front leg, still able to accomplish something that only 2 people in the history of the game have ever done. Babe Ruth, Shohei Ohtani, and to top it all off, he did a Babe Ruth type thing at the plate. After a base hit and a walk, he goes yard. Shohei Ohtani, 25th home run of the season. What an incredible night when you talk and tie Babe Ruth. Perfect swing for the home run.
It was a lot of fun to see. And the guy that really helped that out had a 3-run home run tonight, standing by with Erica Weston. It's Taylor Ward.
All right, thanks very much, Patrick. Taylor, in Seattle, we talked about you hunting that zone, getting that power back, and the confidence that comes with it. I'm sure that 3-run home run helped add to that for sure.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Just trying to get a good pitch to hit there and stay through the middle. So I was able to do that.
You had a grand slam in a game here in the first series when we were in Oakland. You had that 3-run home run. David Fletcher has talked about how much he loves hitting in this yard. Do you enjoy hitting here as well?
Yeah, I do. It's not bad. Yeah, I enjoy it. The ball carries a little bit, and yeah, it's not a bad backdrop either. So.
Not too bad. All right, let's talk about the guy on the mound tonight. Another historic moment for Shohei tonight. That 10th win, joining Babe Ruth as the only player to have 10 wins, 10 or more home runs since 1918, but also passes Ichiro as the second most home runs by a Japanese-born player. I know that's a lot to you guys, but do you sit back and think, wow, we're just watching history every time with him?
Yeah, it's unbelievable. You know, being his teammate, you try not to think about that stuff, but I mean, you can't take it for granted. It's unbelievable what he's doing, and you know, I'm so happy he's on my team. I'm able to play with him, and you know, it's super cool. I'm super excited for him.
We're excited to see it. Thanks for the time. Nice job.
Thank you.
All right, guys.
All right, E-Dub, appreciate that. The winner tonight, Shohei Ohtani, his 10th win. The loser, Caprillion. And game time was 3:15, but more importantly, it was so much fun, Gooby, to you know, witness history with you tonight.
History. Babe Ruth, Shohei Ohtani, same conversation forever. Incredible moment.
Simply incredible. You want to stay tuned for our Angels Live postgame show. They break it all down next. See you tomorrow.